What are the rights enshrined in the Constitution called? Constitutional rights, fundamental rights, human rights, civil rights. Answer B. Fundamental rights. What do fundamental rights ensure for every citizen? Physical and mental development, moral and economic development, fullest physical, mental and moral development, social and political development. Answer C. Fullest physical, mental and moral development. Why are fundamental rights important in a democracy? They provide freedom of speech and expression. They establish the framework of democratic legitimacy. They serve as a check on the government. All of the above. Answer D. All of the above. What does justiciable mean in the context of fundamental rights? That the rights are absolute, that the rights can be amended, that the rights can be approached in a court of law, that the rights are only for citizens. Answer C. That the rights can be approached in a court of law. Who can set aside any law that infringes or abridges fundamental rights? The Supreme Court, the High Courts, the Parliament, the Executive. Answer A. The Supreme Court. Which fundamental rights are also ensured by foreigners? Right to equality before law, right to freedom of religion, right to freedom, both A and B. Answer D. Both A and B. Are fundamental rights absolute? Yes. No. Only for citizens. Only for foreigners. Answer B. No. How many fundamental rights were originally enshrined in the Constitution? 6, 7, 8, 9. Answer B. 7. How many fundamental rights are there currently? 6, 7, 8, 9. Answer A. 6. Which of the following is not a fundamental right? Right to equality, right to freedom, right to property, right to constitutional remedies. Answer C. Right to property. What was added to the list of fundamental rights by the 86th Amendment Act? Right to education, right to employment, right to health, right to shelter. Answer A. Right to education. Which fundamental right was removed from the list by the 44th Amendment Act? Right to equality, right to freedom, right to property, right to constitutional remedies. Answer C. Right to property. In which year was the right to property removed from the list of fundamental rights? 1975, 1976, 1977, 1978. Answer B. 1976. How many fundamental rights are there currently? 5, 6, 7, 8. Answer B. 6. Which right was recently added to the list of fundamental rights by the 86th Amendment Act? Right to employment, right to health, right to education, right to shelter. Answer C. Right to education. Which article was added to include the right to education as a fundamental right? Article 21, Article 21A, Article 22, Article 23. Answer B, Article 21A. What does the right to equality ensure for all citizens? Equal privileges and opportunities, freedom of speech and expression, protection against exploitation, right to education. Answer A, equal privileges and opportunities. On what basis does the right to equality protect citizens against discrimination by the state? Religion, caste and race, sex, place of birth and occupation, religion, caste, race, sex or place of birth, economic status and social position. Answer C, religion, caste, race, sex or place of birth. What does the right to equality ensure for all the citizens? Equal privileges and opportunities, freedom of speech and expression, protection against exploitation, right to education. Answer M, equal privileges and opportunities. What does equality before law mean? No person is above law and all are equal before law. Every individual has equal access to the courts, both A and B, none of the above. Answer C, both A and B. What does equal protection of laws mean? If two persons belonging to two different communities commit the same crime, both of them will get different punishments. If two persons belonging to two different communities commit the same crime, both of them will get the same punishment. Every individual has equal access to the courts, none of the above. Answer B, if two persons belonging to two different communities commit the same crime, both of them will get the same punishment. What does the Constitution guarantee in the terms of access to the public places? No citizen shall be denied access to shops, restaurants and a place of public entertainment. Every citizen shall be denied access to shops, restaurants and places of public entertainment. Only citizens of a certain caste shall be denied access to shops, restaurants and place of public entertainment. None of the above. Answer A, no citizen shall be denied access to shops, restaurants and place of public entertainment. What does the Constitution guarantee in the terms of public employment? Equality of opportunity in matters related to employment or appointment to public services. Discrimination on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth or the residence. Merit will not be the basis of employment. None of the above. Answer A, equality of opportunity in the matters related to employment or appointment to public services. What does the Constitution abolish? Untouchability, caste system, social inequality, none of the above. Answer A, untouchability. What does the Constitution abolish in the terms of titles? All titles, national or foreign, which create artificial distinctions in social status, only foreign titles, only national titles, none of the above. Answer A, all the titles, national or foreign, which create artificial distinctions in social status. How many types of qualities are included in the right to equality? 3, 4, 5, 6. Answer 5. What is the basic characteristics of a true democracy? Equality, justice, freedom, fraternity. Answer C, freedom. How many fundamental freedoms are guaranteed by the Constitution? 5, 6, 7, 8. Answer B, 6. Which of the following fundamental freedoms allow citizens to express their opinions freely? Freedom to assemble peacefully, freedom to form association or unions, freedom of speech and expression, freedom to move freely. Answer C, freedom of speech and expression. Which fundamental freedom allows citizens to hold peaceful meetings and processions? Freedom to form associations or unions, freedom to move freely, freedom to reside and settle, freedom to assemble peacefully without arms. Answer D, freedom to assemble peacefully without arms. Which fundamental freedom allows citizens to form trade unions, political parties and other organizations? Freedom to move freely, freedom to reside and settle, freedom to form associations or unions, freedom to practice any profession. Answer C, freedom to form associations or unions. Which fundamental freedom allows citizens to travel freely throughout the country? Freedom to reside and settle, freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India, freedom to practice any profession, freedom to form associations or unions. Answer B, freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India. Which fundamental freedom allows citizens to live and settle in any part of the country? Freedom to move freely, freedom to practice any profession, freedom to reside and settle in any part of the territory of India, freedom to form associations or unions. Answer C, freedom to reside and settle in any part of the territory of India. Which fundamental freedom allows citizens to choose their occupation, trade or business? Freedom to form associations or unions, freedom to move freely, freedom to reside and settle, freedom to practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade or business. Option D. What does the freedom of speech and expression include? Only freedom of speech, only freedom of expression, freedom of the press, both freedom of speech and expression and freedom of the press. Correct answer is D. Why can the state impose restrictions on the freedom of speech and expression? In the interest of national security, in the interest of public order or morality, etc. Both A and B. Option D, none of the above. Answer C, both A and B. What happens to the freedom of speech and expression during a state of national emergency? It is suspended, it is absolute, it is restricted, it is unchanged. Answer A, it is suspended. What does the Constitution assure in respect of conviction for an offense? Protection against arbitrary arrest, protection against excessive punishment, both A and B, none of the above. Answer C, both A and B. What is the principle of protection against arbitrary arrest and excessive punishment? No person shall be punished except for the violation of law. No person shall be punished for the same offense more than once. An accused cannot be compelled to be a witness against himself or herself. All of the above. Answer D, all of the above. What does the Constitution lay down regarding the protection of life and personal liberty? No person shall be deprived of his or her life or a personal liberty except according to the procedure established by law. No person shall be deprived of his or her life or personal liberty without the sanction of law. Both A and B. None of the above. Answer C, both A and B. What rights does the Constitution guarantee to an arrested person? Right to be informed of the ground for detention, right to consult and be defended by a lawyer of his or her choice, right to be produced before the nearest magistrate within 24 hours of arrest, all of the above. Answer D, all of the above. What is preventive detention? Detention. Detention without trial for a limited period. Detention with the trial for a limited period. Detention without trial for an unlimited period. Detention with the trial for an unlimited period. Answer M. Detention without trial for a limited period. What does the 86th Amendment Act of the Indian Constitution provide? Right to education as a fundamental right. Right to education as a directive principle of state policy. Free and compulsory education to all the children between the age of 6 to 14. Both A and C. Answer D. Both A and C. What is the responsibility of parents or guardians according to the 86th Amendment Act? To provide opportunities for education to their children or ward between the age of 6 to 14. To provide free and compulsory education to all the children between the age of 6 to 14. To provide education to their child or ward only if they can afford it. None of the above. Answer A. What does the right against exploitation prohibit? Only forced labor, only traffic in human beings, all forms of forced labor and traffic in human beings, none of the above. Answer C. What is the minimum age for employment in factories, mines or hazardous occupations? 12, 14, 16, 18. Answer B, 14 years. What does the Constitution guarantee to every person? Freedom of conscience, right to practice and propagate any religion, both A and B, none of the above. Answer C, both A and B. What right is given to every religious group? Answer D. What restrictions is imposed on educational institution wholly maintained out of state funds? Answer A. Under what grounds can the right to freedom of religion be restricted? Public order, morality, health, all of the above. Answer A, all of the above. What does the Constitution provide to preserve, maintain and promote the culture and language of different communities? Guarantees to establish and maintain educational institutions. Guarantees to preserve, maintain and promote their cultural and language. Guarantees to grant financial aid to educational institutions. None of the above. Answer B. What right is given to minorities regarding educational institutions? Right to establish and maintain educational institutions of their own. Right to grant financial aid to educational institutions. Right to manage educational institutions. None of the above. Answer A. Right to establish and maintain educational institutions of their own. What does the Constitution provide regarding financial aid to educational institutions run by minority communities? The state shall discriminate against such institutions. The state shall not discriminate against such institutions. The state shall grant more financial aid to such institutions. None of the above. Answer B. What is the purpose of the right to constitutional remedies? Answer A. What courts can an individual move to for the enforcement of their fundamental rights? Both A and B. What is the role of the Supreme Court and High Courts in protecting the fundamental rights? Answer B. What is a writ of habeas corpus? An order to produce a person physically before the court, a command to perform a duty, an order to forbid a subordinate court from proceeding with a case, none of the above. Answer A. An order to produce a person physically before the court. What is a writ of mandamus? An order to produce a person physically before the court, a command to perform a duty, an order to forbid a subordinate court from proceeding with a case, none of the above. Option C. An order to restrain a person from acting in a public office. What is a writ of prohibition? An order to produce a person physically before the court, a command to perform a duty, an order to forbid a subordinate court from proceeding with a case, none of the above. Answer C. An order to forbid a subordinate court from proceeding with a case. What is a writ of quo warranto? Answer C. What is the writ of certiorari? Answer C. Thank you.